Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Just letting my folks, everybody texting me, telling them, give me some time. Give them some time. I'm giving y'all some time. I'm giving y'all some time. You won't break my soul. You know I like to give folks some time to get here. You know I like to give folks some time to get here. So I'm giving about 5 minutes for folks to get their drinks because I was even nice enough that everybody was like, Khadija, 8 o'clock is too early for me. 8 o'clock is too early for me. I need 9. So I said, okay, I'll edit to 9. I'm an old head, so really and truly I'm sleepy. But I'm going to add it to 9 just so I can give y'all some time to get here, everybody get here. I'm waiting. Mm, I'm waiting to 9:05. After 9:05, I'm letting my guns blaze. I ain't playing with y'all. Y'all won't break my soul. That's probably what's going to be the key words. Y'all won't break my soul is probably what's going to be the key words tonight. So we can really, really get information. Because I told y'all I was coming. I told y'all I was coming with my unpopular opinion. Oh, it's something that I got to add to my list. I forgot. It's something that I have to add to my list. That's on the top of my list that I haven't had the opportunity to talk about. And I don't want to spend too much time on it, right? I don't want to spend too much time on it. I'm giving y'all some time to tune on. Hey, Tiffany girl. Tune on in, tune on in. I told y'all I'm giving y'all a little bit of time to tune on in. My Facebook family, let me make this very clear for y'all. I'm not going to be here long. I'm not going to be here long. If you want to catch the live in its entirety, you got to come to my YouTube channel. I'm not going to be here long. So Facebook, y'all got about maybe a good, strong 5 minutes out of me. And then I'm going over to my YouTube channel to finish this live. I just wanted you guys to get here. So head on over to my YouTube channel, Operation Hill 100 Hearts. The link is everywhere on my Facebook page. So head on over there. Head on over there because that's where you're going to see the video in its entirety. And I know for all the folks, you guys can hear me good, right? Let me get a thumbs up if y'all can hear me good, right? Everybody I see in the street, everybody that knows her from back in the days, everybody is like, girl, you look just like your freaking mom. I know. I hear it everywhere I go. I just went to visit my friend Butter, and I haven't seen her since June, since my sister passed. And as soon as she see me, she like, girl, you looking more and more like your mother every single day. So I know, I look like Miss P. I know. I get it. Yeah, we on 9:03. I'm telling y'all, 9:05. I'm off this Facebook Live, and I'm going to my YouTube channel. So if y'all want to hear my unpopular opinion about all the things that I got to talk about today, then y'all better head over to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes. I know some people text me like, "Girl, I'm still doing laundry," and "Girl, I'm still." Y'all told me push down. Oh, it is, but is it distracting you, Tiffany? Because it is. And if I turn it on, it's going to get too warm in here, then I'm going to have to switch locations. So tell me, Tiffany, is it distracting you a lot? If it is, then maybe I'll have to switch locations. I don't want to have to do that because that's going to require me like ending the live and then starting all over again, which I don't want to do. Hey, ladies, make sure you guys head on over to my Operation Hill 100 Hearts YouTube channel because I'm only going to be here for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to head on out because I got something I need to say, and I need this to be clear. Okay. Let me yeah, I'm gonna have to turn that because boom. I did not want to turn it. It's gonna get too warm in here. He asked me like, "You sure you want to stay in this location because it's the warm part of the house and you want the house here. You can be cool." And I'm like, "No, I'll be fine here. Can you turn this fan off for me?" But what am I supposed to do? You won't break my soul. So let me tell y'all, that's the key word on the left, on the live. When you hear, you won't break my soul. You won't. I'm trying everybody. Oh, okay. So just talk a little louder. Okay, Tiffany, thank you. So listen, when y'all hear you won't break my soul, that means y'all got to take a sip. I got my good old drink. Tiff, tell me in 2 minutes, what do you hear now? A little teeny bit, not really. You won't break my soul. I'm trying everybody. Yeah, so when you hear you won't break my soul, y'all gotta take not really. Maybe move up a little more. Yes, I need y'all to yes, take your drinks when you hear you won't break my soul. You have to take your drinks when you hear you won't break my soul. Okay, it's 9:06. Okay, my Facebook family, I gotta roll. I tried to give y'all a little play, tiltable, but I'm not staying here. Come to my YouTube channel. Yeah, I feel it. Come to my YouTube channel. We is not gonna play with them today. Yeah, because that's what they think gonna happen. They think they're gonna get come to the YouTube channel. That's the whole point of subscribing to the YouTube channel. Sorry, y'all. I want to brighten up my camera so y'all can get what y'all need. I ain't got time to play with y'all. Tiff, keep me posted on the audio, right? All right, all right. I have not seen you guys in like 3 freaking weeks, right? But I thought I was kind of good because I left you guys with a Dear Deja. So I'm like, okay, it's lit, it's lit. I left y'all with a Dear Deja. You know, that's gonna hold y'all over. Hold me down, Puffy, hold me down, baby. And I think the people paid the Dear Deja. I thought it was a really good. I think okay, thank you. I think that I personally thought it was a really good Dear Deja. I don't know if you guys know I posted it, but I did. Thanks, Tiff. I got it. I hold on, before I go on, shout out Tiffany. You guys shout out Tiffany. Her name is Tiffany. Tell me if I'm getting it. Matter of fact, I don't even have to tell me if I'm getting it right. I'm going to go and say something about it right now. Picasso Foodie by Tiffany, right? So you guys remember I had a fourth, you hear me? A 40th birthday party, and she was my cake maker. Phenomenal. I love that cake. I look at that cake every day. Girl, how you executed my dog on thoughts and dreams and hopes like that, girl? So yes, you guys make sure you hit up her IG name is Picasso Foodie by Tiffany. Okay, and Tiffany, please don't forget to drop it in the chat so folks can know where to follow you or where to cop those good old desserts. Because oh my God, I love that cake. I look at the video of it every day that she took. So yes. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Right. So number 1 on the list, the catchphrase for tonight is "You won't break my soul." So when y'all hear that, y'all gotta take y'all sips. Shout out my Dear DJ glass from Miss Melissa. My other glass broke. So shout out my Dear DJ glass from my girl Melisita. But no, seriously, when y'all hear that phrase, that means I'm feeling some kind of weight, and y'all got to take a sip because these topics is breaking my soul. So let's start from the top. Like I said, one more person tells me I'm very much aware. I look just like my mom. I know. That's part of aging. It actually makes me feel really good to hear people say, like, oh my God, you look just like your mom, because it's a compliment for me. So thank you guys so much. And I know, especially with my glasses on, I look just like my mom, right? So thank you. Number 1. Number 2 on the list, I tell you guys this in the end of the live. I'm going to tell you at this time in the beginning. I want you to screenshot, screen record, do whatever you have to do, and send my YouTube channel and this live right now to a friend and say, hey, girl, subscribe. I need as many subscribers as I could get. So get a friend to subscribe. That's what you could do for me. Get a friend to subscribe. I would really, 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 really super duper appreciate that because that's the plan and goal for me to get my subscribers up. So if you could get me a subscription, I can take these glasses off right now. I don't need them. I'm not reading nothing yet. If you could get me a subscription, I would really, really, really appreciate that, right? Thank you so much. That's 1. 2, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're liking. Make sure you're commenting. Make sure you're sharing. One thing about my Pookie, he's always the first to watch my videos. He's always the first to like them and comment. So yes, I appreciate him so much. And you guys make sure you do the same. Hello. I want to get into the topics. I want to get into the topics because I got quite a few because I've been going for so long that I got some issue I want to talk about. So therefore, I do need to put my glasses back on and look just like my dog on Mammy, because I want to get my book out to make sure I'm hitting everything. I don't need to pull my book over. I'm gonna start with Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish. So my only fear about these type of topics is I tend to go on a rant, and then I've used up most of the time of the live, and I didn't even come here for that actual topic, but they infused something in me emotionally that allows me to just carry on and rant about the subject when really and truly that's not what I came here for. So I'm gonna give this. Wow, look at the bloopers from Hilla Hearts, right? Videos. I ain't editing shit. You getting it all live on direct. I'm gonna give you guys as minimal of a response I can about this situation, but it really, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like, of course, the tape was disgusting and they were weird for even participating in that. But I think the bigger picture was the reason why I feel like this came out and it was exposed is because karma. And I talk a lot on my lives about karma, 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 karma. And I know a lot of times folks don't believe in karma, or folks don't know it exists, or folks don't. I don't know what they think about it. Me personally, I am a firm believer in karma. I believe whatever you put out, you get back, and vice versa, right? So I do not play. I wake up every single day, even if I'm mad with a person, I still wake up every day and train my mind to have pleasant thoughts about that person, even if I don't say it to them. Just I think it about them, because I feel like any bad energy or bad spirits that I put out on anybody else, I'm going to receive, right? So prior to that whole nasty pervert-ish that came out that allegedly Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish was, I don't know. Prior to that, I saw the video of Aries Spears talking about Lizzo. Now, I will be the first to say that I'm not a huge fan of Lizzo. I listened to her last album. I thought it was okay. I never listened to the album before that. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of hers because I don't feel like her confidence is genuine, and that's just me coming um, from the space of being a plus size woman. So nothing she could tell me about that space because I know it front and back. And I just don't feel like it's really genuine. I feel like a lot of the bravado is put out there because I want you to believe that I'm okay with the way that I look, and I'm yada yada yada. Right? I'm not gonna go into all that. So me personally, I'm not really a fan, but I also make it my business not to publicly bash it. I'm making my business not to do that because I'm very much aware of how stressful and how hard it is to be a plus size woman living in this society, right? And I've seen things, I've heard things. I won't necessarily say that I've been a victim of all of the things that I've seen and heard, but I'm privy to it and I'm not oblivious. So I don't contribute to the whole bashing her, speaking publicly about her, whether I like her or not. I keep my thoughts to myself, right? But what I did not like is when they asked him about her music, because that's what the interviewer asked. He didn't say, "Hey man, what you think of Lizzo?" and he misinterpreted the question and gave his personal opinion. No, he said, "What do you think of Lizzo's music?" And the way this man went on a tangent, I'm sorry. The only thing that I got from what Aries Spears said was a lot of self-hatred. A lot of self-hatred. The only thing that resonated with me was that, sweetheart, it really and truly, if somebody said you and Lizzo was cousins or any relation, somebody would believe it. Because not necessarily because you look like her in the face, but because of like complexion and size, folks would think that you guys were related. So it's not plain to a duck to see that. I mean, you're not far off from her. So the way you went on that rant and that tangent about a woman that way, because again, y'all know I talk a lot about real niggas in my on my YouTube channel because I am insulated and surrounded with them. So I take pride in being friends with real men. And I think that even if a solid man, genuinely felt all the things that Aries Spears said, they still wouldn't have projected that. They would have refrained from saying certain things just because they're a gentleman. So the fact that he went on that tangent saying all the nasty things about that young girl was disgusting. But it also showed me that those are all of the things you think about yourself. Those are all of the things you think about yourself. And that was disgusting. And I feel like that whole resurrection of the pervert video that came out that allegedly they produced or started or whatever they did, because I tried to stay away from it. It all was a turnaround of what you projected the very week, not even the same week, 1 week prior to. That was your karma. That was your karma. Unfortunately, Tiffany Haddish was collateral damage, but that was your karma. That was your karma. That was your karma. Now, my other thought from what I hear that Lizzo is Atlantic's cash cow. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Cardi, but according to, and no pun intended, I didn't say cow because of her size or anything. I mean, like, you know, the saying cash cow. She supposedly has made Atlantic a lot of money. And I think Atlantic felt like, how dare you come for this girl who is bringing and raking in that dough. And I think maybe Atlantic probably said, let's dig up some dirt on this one cheeseburger away from a stroke motherfucker, okay? And they went and found what they could and launched it out there. That's my thoughts. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about it, but that's my thoughts. I think the record label said you would not interrupt this girl groove. Right now, she is making money for us. Folks are buying into her bread, and here you go trying to tarnish it. Oh, no. We will get you. And they got him. And they got him. And they got him. And I was very, very, very disgusted about the accusations against him. But I was just disgusted by him prior to that. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Okay? When you resembling the same type of things that you were trying to say about this young lady, you resemble those things. I'm sorry. It's the reality of it. You resemble those things. The same things that he said about her, if somebody would have said that about him, you would not be shocked. So that was disgusting. That was disgusting. On top of that, a large part of me thinks like, would he have said that about a Caucasian plus size woman? Like, would you have said that about Adele when she was, because I heard she was sideways. I don't know how Adele looks. I don't really pay attention to her, but every time I say this, somebody says, girl, Adele is skinny now. So word on the curb is, but when she was much heavier, would you have made that public display of hatred against her if they'd asked you about her music? You won't break my soul. Aries Spears, you won't break my soul. So I can't spend all night on that, but I just feel like everything that came back to him was karma. I'm sorry, Tiffany Haddish. You received the backlash of it. You was just collateral damage because I think that was really all for him. Pop, shots fired. Don't play with Lizzo. Don't play with Lizzo. Atlantic said, boo. Not she, not her, not they, not them. Don't play with Lizzo. So yeah, that's that right with me. Another thing is Ludacris manager Shaka Zulu. I always heard the name, and I know he is affiliated with Luda, yada yada yada. But they said the man got arrested for murder. Now I did hear a couple of months ago that he got arrested. So I was like, oh, okay, Shaka Zulu, all right. I don't know why you would be getting arrested. I mean, I didn't really have you to think about. But I did hear that he got shot a couple of months ago. And I was like, okay, wow, keeping him in prayer. But then it resurrected that he was arrested for murder. Because apparently somebody involved in whatever went on that night died. I think Shaka Zulu is 100. So Shaka. And I think the other person is young that passed away. But also, from what I hear, is it happened at Shaka Zulu's place of business. So I don't know if it was like a robbery type of thing. I don't know if people came in on some gift. I don't know what was going on, but they won't break my soul. They will not break my soul. So I said, okay, Shaka. I know you got a lot of money over Luda, so I hope you're using it properly. So I heard that. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. Also, I want to talk about Miss Minaj. Nicki with the blicky. Okay. So I will be the first to admit I am not a barb. I'm not a barb. I'm not a barb, right? I'm not a stan of Nicki's, but what I will say, and I will definitely stand on the mountaintops and hold my feet to the fire for this. Nicki is a lyricist. FYI and PSA, that girl pen game is vicious. Okay, Nicki is a lyricist, and this is coming from a person whose pen game is vicious as well. Nicki is a lyricist. This girl can rap. She can rap. She can get in the ring. She can box. She can really rap. Like, she can really stand in the ring with the heavyweights and also be considered a heavyweight. And I don't mean just with females, with males as well. This girl can rap. So regardless of some of the things that I see she does personally that I might not always agree with, and also just some of her characteristics, some of her character traits, and I don't agree with some of those things. They're not my cup of tea. I have to give this girl credit because the only reason I know she exists is because of her being in the hip hop community. And this girl is she is hip hop. That girl can rap. She can rap. She can rap. So for that alone, although I'm not a Barbie, I'm definitely a fan because the girl can rap, and I respect women that's in that field and can write their own music. I have nothing against folks that can't, but for me, I want to be able to compete on the same level. Like, I don't want no leverage because X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you're not writing your own rhymes and somebody else who might be a master at whatever, is just handing it over to you, then we're not competing on the same playing field. You know, and that's just my personal opinion. Nicki can rap, right? So I love that for her, right? But I also, at the same token, this is one of the reasons why I'm not a barb. I just feel like, and you know, it makes me a little weirded out because I remember initially I would say things about her like, oh, she's young. Me and Nicki is the same age or maybe a year apart. So some of the antics to me, they just give too immature. They just give too immature. They just give too immature. They give you need to grow up. They give girls stop. They give petty. They give when is enough enough. They give you a piece of work. Like they just give a lot. And for me, at 40 years old, those antics make no sense. Those antics make no sense. From 12, maybe even earlier, I had a girl clip. So I was done with like he say, she say, and drama with women by the time I was 19, 20 years old. You know, I had divorced all that, been there, done that. I've been did that, man. I've been popped off. Nicki, Larry. But so I didn't have to. I don't engage in that at 40. I don't engage in it. If I'm in a space and some he say, she say come up, I may cackle a little bit, but I'm gonna dismiss myself if I see that's all you're really about because I did that when I was 17 years old. I had a girl clip. I beefed with women. I had fights. We did all that. So to see folks at 40 years old, big, especially women, bickering and arguing and every minute with the drama, and you said, I said, and you tried to shade me, and you was being petty, and all of that just is very distasteful for me at 40. Now, again, I was locked all the way in at 19. I was locked all the way in at 17. Child, 15, I was rumbling in the jungle. So I'm not knocking, and that's why I work with young people to help them transition beyond that phase. Because when I was young, that's all I did. To a point, my mother looking at me like, Khadijah, why every minute you there fighting? What is all this? You friends with this one week, and then you're not friends with them the next week. And that's what you do when you're young. When you're young, when you don't have much life experience, when you're immature. But it stopped for me. I was done by 25. I was done and completely out the game with that by 25. But I'll give other women a stretch to 25. But if that's what you're going on with at 35, 40 years old, nah, they won't break my soul. They won't break my soul. Take your sip. They won't break my soul. And I feel like Nicki is just always spearheading. And again, she's not alone in it. Let me be clear. She's not alone in it. And I will also say that she doesn't always initiate it. But I just feel like, number one, it's with ladies much younger than you because I don't think anybody else aside from maybe Remy, and that was years ago, is in your age bracket that you be having all that drama with. I think it just is null and void. But anywho, apparently she's suing a blogger, Nosy Ho, allegedly because the blogger allegedly, again, I have to use these terms because from what I hear, they will get you in trouble, has said that she might be on drugs allegedly. I don't really know. To be honest, I mean, I heard songs like Pills and Potion. I don't really give much weight to those type of things because I also feel like a lot of people are exactly what Cardi and Offset said, do anything for clout. So I don't even know if I want to believe if people are on drugs, if they want to say they're on drugs because it sounds cool. Because I remember one time somebody said that Future said all the shit he rap about he don't do. I'm sorry. So you telling everybody to take this and lean that and all this stuff, and you don't do those things. But it sounds cool to say. So for me, I don't really know if I would heavily rely on lyrics from a person to kind of confirm for me that they're on or off. Like I wouldn't do it. But according to the blogger, it's supposedly her defense is going to be, you said it in songs and you made comments. And I don't know. For me, unless I see you physically sniff or inhale or take or drink or anything that I can't make that accusation. I can see your behaviors being erratic and assume that, child, you want something? But for me to flat out say that you're on something, that's not me personally. So she's suing the young lady because apparently the young lady said she was on drugs, allegedly. But from what I hear, the rumor is that it's not necessarily anything to do with drugs. You're upset because she gave your husband's accuser a platform to discuss the situation that happened with Nicki's husband and the accuser. You won't break my soul. You know what? I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to sidebar this. And I'm going to give you guys a story about accountability because I want to show folks what accountability looks like because I think that folks are oblivious. And if they are aware, they could have fooled me because the way they view accountability and how they take it, I am mortified, right? I'm in school right now for the 656 millionth time, right? And this time I'm really focused. Like this time is it. I've made my decision and that's it, right? So as I'm sitting in class, it's some younger folks in my class, right? So about maybe the second week of the class, I remember coming home telling Pookie like, these young people get on my goddamn nerves. They doing something unnecessary, blah, blah, blah. They acting so stupid. The lady can't even teach. Just complaining about the young people, right? No, that was the first week. I'm sorry, that was the first week, right? Then the second week, I came home with the same complaints, right? And then the third week, I was on my way home and I had my spiel prepared to tell Pookie, like, listen, I'm going to curse one of these kids out because I don't got time. And then you know what I did in that moment? I caught myself. I stopped. I said, Khadijah, you decided when you were younger to lose focus and go off and live your life and not complete school, right? So now you're deciding in the latter part of your life to go back and be focused and do what you need to do, right? That's your decision and your choices, right? These young people, they decided to stay focused at the ages that they were supposed to do what they need to do. So guess what? In all fairness, you are imposing on their space because they are supposed to be in a class with young people that actually enjoy and entertain the free that they're doing. You're the outsider, my dear. It's not their fault that you waited 20 years later to go back to school. It's yours. So how dare you be upset with a young person in class doing what they need to do when you should have been here 20 years ago doing what you need to do. And in that moment, I told myself I would not go home and give Pookie no spiel. I won't even let it upset me anymore because guess what? I'm taking accountability for the part that I played. Had I done this 15, 20 years ago, I would never be in this class with these youngins and I would never even know what they joke and laugh about. That's on me, right? So that's how you take accountability in all your life situations. You own your part, right? So when I'm watching them saying, Nicki Minaj is suing Nosy Hole because Nosy Hole said she on drugs. They was like, no, the root of the suing is coming from the fact that she gave Nicki Minaj's husband's accuser a platform to tell her story, right? And then Nicki went on to fight with, not fight with, because the young lady, the woman didn't fight back, but she went on to curse out Garcelle Bouvet, also because what is that one called? The Real or the One, whatever show that is. They gave Nicki Minaj's husband accuser a platform to again speak whatever she needed to speak about the case. Nicki, there would be no reason for your name to be tangled up in this situation if he wasn't your husband. Because his situation was his situation before you married him, right? Before you had a baby with him or any of the sort. Had he not been your husband and independently of you, he would have been going through the accuser going around and saying things about him. That would have no bearings on you. The reason why it has something to do with you, because you, guess what, chose and decided to marry him and make a family with him. So now backlash towards him becomes backlash towards you. You made that choice to take this man on who already had backlash towards him. Now, I know what's the argument here. I'm not oblivious. I know what's the argument here. Oh, they wouldn't give a damn about this case if he wasn't married to Nicki Minaj. That is very well true. Maybe Nicki Minaj shouldn't have married him. Because at that point when you were deciding to say, listen, I know about that, I hear all that, but I love you and I want to build a family with you and I want to be with you and I want to, spend the rest of my life with you, then at that point was you saying, and whatever comes with that, I'm taking that issue on because I'm making a choice and a decision to be with you. But to get mad at other folks and outside entities because of the choice that you made, Nicki, you won't break my soul. Come on. Nicki with the blicky, I like I said, and I would say this till the wheels fall off, I promise you, Nicki is a lyricist. In my opinion, one at the top tier, okay? But that doesn't negate all of the other outside things that you have going on, Nicki, that you let overshadow the fact that you are clearly the number one female lyricist in rap. Let me not say history because I don't want no smoke. This is just my personal opinion. I ain't gonna lie and tell you I know Roxanne Shante lyrics and all that. I know they're gonna come from me. Oh girl, you don't know about this one and that one from the 70s. I don't want no smoke when it comes to that. I'm from this era and from my era. Let me clarify. From my era, Nicki is top tier, but that's being overshadowed by all of the things going on around you. And guess what? The reason why they're bringing those things up is because you made a choice to involve those things in your life. That has nothing to do with Nosy Ho. That has nothing to do with Garcelle Bouvet. That has nothing to do with bloggers. These folks are going to talk about that gentleman. He made a bad decision. Whether he did it or not, the whole situation was a bad decision, right? And I think that you knew that was the situation when you got with him. So what's the beef now? What's the beef now? So if it's true that the underlying issue, because again, like I said, what they're saying you're suing her for is calling you a drug addict and you're not, right? So I can't say that's the issue. But if the underlying issue is that she gave your husband's accuser a platform to share her story, then my dear, you are not being a 40-year-old woman and taking accountability for the fact that whether they give her a platform or not, your husband is still accused of something and you knew that when you married him. That's a cross you have to bear, my dear. That is a cross you have to bear. That is a truth you have to accept. That's an accountability you have to take responsibility for. But maybe you'll be able to do that in the Hill and Heart session. So, ladies and gentlemen, please refer Nicki Minaj to Operation Hill 100 Hearts. I would be elated and ecstatic to do a Hill and Heart session with her because although I'm not a barb, I am a fan. I think her Lyrics are phenomenal, you know, and I don't have anything to do with her personal choices and decisions. I just want her to be clear that when you make them, they come with blessings and lessons, and you have to be prepared for both. Okay, Nicki with the blicky. So I hope you holla at Operation Hill One Draw. Shaw tag Nicki Minaj. Okay, August, Alsina. And Tory Lanez. Oh, why, Lord? Okay, so here we go, right? Tory Lanez. Are you crazy? And I'll be very honest with you, right? Again, I'm going to give my unpopular opinion. I know you're not going to like it, but I'm going to give it. And I very rarely give. No, this is not nothing negative because I try not to. If I feel like I know the same, my mom taught me. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So if I don't have anything nice to say, I try to refrain from talking about certain situations. So I'm going to say this, right? Meg Thee Stallion is not of my, right? Is that to say that I dislike her? No, not at all. She's an Aquarius. I love Aquarius, especially the women. But I could definitely see the difference in age when I listen to her music, when I see certain, you know, things that she says and does. It lets me know, girl, get to the back because these newbies is winning and running. And I stand to the back. I stand to the back. That's one thing I don't have a problem with. I see some of the chicks my age trying to compete with these young girls. I don't do it. I don't do it. I stay in my lane. I'm cute over here being 40. I ain't trying to be 25, right? So with Meg, I don't know. I'm not a fan, right? But in all fairness to her, I feel like she reminds me of like a young girl I worked in one of my schools with or one of my programs with. Like she gives me like young girl vibes. So for me, it's almost looking at like, oh, boo, you need mentoring, you know, and then hearing like her mom passing all of that, that really made me feel that way. So, I mean, I don't really subscribe to a lot that's going on, right, with her per se, unless it's major news, which of course she did make major news when she was allegedly shot by Tory Lanez, right? Um, My unpopular opinion is this. I may not know enough about the case. I may be wrong. I don't know, but this is just my honest to God feeling. I personally feel like Tory Lanez did not shoot Nick. Tory Lanez did not shoot Meg Thee Stallion. I feel like Kelsey shot Meg Thee Stallion. I feel like Tory Lanez knows that he doesn't want to snitch, and I feel like Meg Thee Stallion's back was to them, and she don't know who shot her, and she don't want to believe that her best friend would do that. So she feels like it was Tory Lanez, and because he doesn't want to be a quote unquote snitch, he's staying quiet about who it was. That's my genuine opinion. Maybe I need to learn more about the case. Maybe I need to look more into it. To be honest, all of these people are young folks. So I didn't really dig too deep into it, especially because the girl is alive and kicking and moving around and twerking. So, okay, girlfriend, you good. Now, the mental anguish that will come from that, if she needs healing hearts, I'm here. But my son in the street needs, so she clearly don't need nothing at the moment. So I didn't really invest too much into it. That was just my initial thought, and I still feel that way, right? So I know the fight is on for Uncle Tory because everybody is looking at Tory like, Negro, you are nuts. How dare you shoot a woman, right? They fighting with Tory. I don't personally feel like he shot her, right? So I never said anything, right? I am a fan of Tory Lanez music. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be shady. I'm not saying black women don't matter. I'm not discarding or discrediting a black woman. But if I'm being honest and clear, which I always am on my unpopular opinion, I am a fan of Tory Lanez music. 100%. So I listen. I'm like, come on, Tory, get back, bro, because you know you up and it's, you know, you lit. You know, I like it. I like Tory's music. You know, so in this case, I'm saying that, you know, whoever did whatever, it's gonna come out in Jesus' mighty name, right? I ain't even caring about the judge or the jury. In Jesus' mighty name, whatever the truth is gonna come to the light, right? But I'm saying in the midst of that, Tory, you won't break my soul. They said, this is word on the curb. Word on the curb is a while back, Tory, I think in a song, had said something about August Alsina basically being a snitch and on Jada about their affair, right? I guess he was saying it in one of his lyrics. And August Alsina caught wind of that and didn't like it and felt like Tory didn't like him because why would you say that, right? So now they run into each other at this place, and Tory goes out to extend the hand and say, hey, bro, whatever he extended his hand to say. And August Alsina said, you won't break my soul. Vega said, you will not break my soul. So August told in so many, in no words, just in actions, Tory to go to hell. You know, he ignored, paid him dust. Okay? He said, listen, you are invisible. So from what I'm hearing, okay, because I'm still trying to gather the bits and pieces of this, Tory went to approach him like, yo, bro, I extended my hand out to say, what's up? What's up? Why you just walk past me like that? According to some bloggers I've been watching today, August Alsina came back rough and tough with that whole Puff, like, yo, what'd you say that song for? I mean, reflect me, like me, I've no puffed out his chest. Now, in all fairness, they both are known for chest pumping. They both are known for it. Because Lord knows, August and fought with fans and somebody, he teed up. Because I'm Trey Songz told him, boy, I will bend your ass like a pretzel. Calm down. But he's known for that. But so is Tory. So is Tory. A word on the curb. Let me tell y'all a word on the curb. They said aside from Travis Scott, they feel like Tory allegedly have an issue with Pretty Boys because he jumped on Hey Manny. He jumped on what's his name from Love and Hip Hop Miami. God damn it, what's his name? They said Tory Lanez just dived on him. So they said, what's your issue with the pretty light-skinned boys? You know, what's going on? But I said, that ain't fair because they said he jumped on Travis Scott too. So y'all ain't going to put that on him. They won't break my soul. Take y'all sick. But anywho, they said August Alsina puffed his chest out and they said Tory Lanez punched his chest in. And then, no, that's not funny. And then they said Tory went to Canadian work. Now, word on the curb is Tory will go to work. That's word on the curb. They said Tory got the Notorian complex, and if he think you a ladder, he damn sure won't climb you. They said Tory is not here for play with nobody. I've been heard that. I've been did that. I've been popped off. Right? So I'm like, okay now. So they said Tory torn to him like a thong, right? So now I'm a little confused because Tory allegedly tore to him like a thong, and August Alsina put up all these pictures and said leprechaun dived on me with 9 bodyguards and all this, right? So it's like, yeah, Tory really did that. Tory, why you did that none shit? Tory said, I wasn't there, I was at the studio. Tory, you won't break my soul. Tory, you. But in all fairness to Tory has to claim that because he have an open case right now, and him and Meg is duking it out in court. And there's no way you're gonna violence to anybody else when they trying to say you shot this girl. So for him, I can't have that on my record. They won't break my soul. So I guess he's saying because they won't break his soul, he have to stay away from any violence. So he don't want to admit that he torn to August Alsina ass like a phone. Well, Tory, what you want the folks to believe? Because August said that you teed off on him. He's got all these scars and bruises that he's showing. And then they also got some video footage of your ass interacting with the man. Tory, come on, baby. Tory, you won't break my soul. So, child, that's where we at. That's where we at. That is where we at. We are there with these folks, right? We are there. And this is what's going on with all the people. But we down to the main event, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we down to the main event that I want to talk to y'all all night. The main event that y'all came here for. The main event. So I want everybody in the chat So go refill y'all drinks. I'm going to refill mine. Y'all refill y'all drinks because we about to get into it. We is about to get into it, and they not going to break y'all soul. They is not going to break y'all soul. We about to get into it. Whatever you drinking, refill your drink. Make it happen. Do what you do because they won't break your soul. They got to get it right, get it tight because it's going up. It's going up. It's going up. It's going up because we here for the main event, and the main event was my boy Bishop Whitehead. That's the main event. So make sure, is y'all going to refill y'all cups? Is y'all going to refill y'all cups? Is y'all going to make things happen? Is y'all nipping and pouring? Is y'all doing what y'all need to do? Because the main event is me healing the heart of my God brother, Bishop Whitehead. Now, in all fairness, Bishop Whitehead ain't no relation to me. I just keep saying God brother because it's a joke. Bishop ain't nothing to me. But wait, why I'm doing that? That's what I want y'all to do. Give me a minute. Let me use the restroom. Y'all going to get what y'all need to be done. Come back in 3 minutes because we got to get on to the main event, Bishop Whitehead. They won't break my soul. They said, girl, why you want to get alive? Y'all waiting for me. I love y'all. Okay. Taking my sip. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are down to the main event. Bishop Lamore Whitehead. I know that's what y'all came here for, and I'm going to take y'all out on that note, right? So let's get straight. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just trying to get my little space together so nothing don't spill and be looking crazy. Let's just get the details of what happened, right? So I was explaining to you guys in my last video that I made very, very clear. Bishop, just so we clear, I don't give a damn what nobody else said. Bishop is from Brownsville, okay? Bishop is a Brownsvillian, and that's what I'm sticking to. I don't care what else they say. Oh, he said he moved here. He was only there 35 minutes. He lived here 22 seconds. No. Y'all not getting me to believe that. Every single action and behavior that I perceive from the bishop lets him know he's my Brownsvillian brother, right? He's my Brownsvillian brother, okay? He won't break my soul, okay? And again, let me be very honest and very clear because this is my unpopular opinion. If the bishop grew up where I grew up on New Lots and Mother Gaston in a plaza. If the bishop lived in a plaza, the bishop would have been my friend. The bishop would have been my friend. You know why? Because all of the antics that the bishop go on with, that's so opposite my life that he would have been entertainment for me. So everywhere the bishop go, I want to hear, Bishop, what happened over there? Bishop, what they said over there? Bishop, what happened when you went there? Bishop, who you was hanging out with? Bishop, you lying. That ain't go like that, Bishop. Tell me the story again, Bishop. Because I'm very intrigued. For whatever reason, any lifestyle opposite my own, I'm very intrigued by it. And Bishop is very opposite me. So had this Bishop grew up in the plaza, yes, Bishop would have been gang. I would have been riding for Bishop, okay? Because he's very opposite me, right? Okay. So my last video when I shared with you guys, and one of the things that I was sharing in my last video, and I'm going to bring it up here, is that listen. right? I don't regularly go to church. Do I stop by sometimes? 100%, right? But I don't regularly go to church. I'm also not a religious person. Let me be clear. I don't subscribe to no religion, right? So I can't tell you, oh, I'm a Christian. Oh, no, I'm lying. I'm lying. I am telling a bold-faced lie, right? But what I am is a very spiritual person. And what that means is that although I have no particular religion, I look towards a higher power and I allow that higher power to lead me through life, right? And I consult with that higher power about everything, and I do everything to make that higher power happy and pleased because I feel like there's a higher purpose for my life, right? That's just me, right? I'm also very connected to other folks who are very spiritual. Speaking of, I just watched on. Let me be quick. I'm gonna tell you guys the actual iPod because the actual podcast. I thought this was so fire, and I really appreciate it. So I want to tell you guys. The podcast is called. Hold on. I'm gonna get it right now because I want to be clear. Anyway, the young lady name is Suzette the Realtor. It's Suzette, SUZETTE _ the THER Realtor, REALTOR, right? And she was on a podcast this past weekend or the weekend before, I can't remember, but I just seen it today. And a very spiritual woman, and her interview touched my soul. And again, spiritual people, we see each other. It's just like Brownsville folks. We see each other. Like you can recognize them in a room full of vultures. Like, so I loved her interview. Please make sure you go follow her. That's Suzette _ the Realtor. And she did a very powerful, very motivational, and very eye-opening interview on a podcast. And I really enjoyed it. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. So, right. So anyway, like I was saying about the bishop, I would have been hanging out with the bishop. So now fast forward to now, which my personal opinion is the bishop is from Brownsville. So I know folks would like to say, right? I hear this a lot. You don't depend on or listen to a preacher. He's human. He's still a man. Don't depend on or listen to a first lady. She's still human. She's a woman. They're of the flesh. They're this, they're that, they're that, they're this, right? And of course, to every degree, I agree with the fact that folks are in the spiritual realm, including self. But sweetheart, you live on earth where you're in the physical and of the flesh. So you could say all the time, oh, I don't want to choose violence. I'm letting God handle my battles. But when somebody slap you, you're not thinking about God. You of the flesh and want to slap their ass back, right? So I get that part, right? This is my only issue, and I said this the last time concerning the bishop, is that when you decide, right, to take on a leading role as an influencer, as a leader of some followers, as, the person who is trying to guide folks in a certain direction, you have a lot of responsibility placed on you. And again, like I said with the Nicki Minaj situation, these are all choices and decisions. You could at any point denounce, listen, I don't want to be that. I don't want that responsibility placed on me. I'm done. That is why I'm not a pastor. That is why I'm not a first lady, because I don't want that responsibility placed on me, because I know I'm still fighting my human of the flesh demons. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, right? But when you decide to say, no, I'm ready. I'm ready to lead the pack. I'm taking this on. I got it. There is a certain level of respect. There is a certain coof. There is a certain dialect. There is a certain so many things that you are supposed to do because you've made the choice to take this on. And I think with Bishop, I don't think, and I said this in my last video, I don't think Bishop is clear on his responsibilities. And I don't think he means any malicious intent about being unclear. I think that the Brownsville in him shows up because he's human. And I think that he thinks that's okay, because that's always his natural response to it, right? And it's like, again, are we saying that you being human can't show up? No. It can show up every day of the week and twice on Sundays, Bishop. But what we need you to understand is when you take that leadership role with those responsibilities, that's what that comes with. So you cannot abandon those responsibilities when you want to be human and of the flesh. And that's the part that I really, really believe in my soul, that my God brother, because like I said, I like the bishop. I'm sorry. And that's because I feel like if he grew up in my neighborhood, he'd be my friend, right? So I feel like I feel like he needs a healing session, because I think he needs somebody to get him to understand what this means. So like case in point, I'm going to give you an example, right? I'll take it away from the bishop. Hold on. Let's take a second. Let's just say I'm an auntie, right? I'm an auntie, right? I'm not a mom. I'm an auntie. So I'm saying to myself, okay, girl, you living your auntie life, hanging and banging, ain't got a kid in the world. Go on, girl. Go on, girl. Go on, girl. That's fine, right? So then you turn around and you say, oh, shoot. Okay, I'll give you, forget about me being an auntie. I'm going to give y'all a real example. I'm in a relationship, right? Now, remember, prior to my relationship, I was single without a care in the world. Anything that happened to me. What? I could take care of myself. Ooh, I ain't got to worry about nobody else where. That ain't got to do with nobody else when. Like, I'm up. It's up. So if I blow the bank, I blow the bank. If I'm broke tomorrow and struggling, and I'm only having tuna fish and hot sauce, that's on me. You know what I'm saying? Right? So now I get into a relationship, right? So now you're going around and you're choosing your mate. Of course, me personally, my mate ain't going to have no 9, 10, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14 children. Everybody have their preference. Me personally, I'm not dealing with that. My mate has 2 children, right? One of his children being an adult, right? But I'm very aware that he also has another young person who is not grown. So he's still molding and raising that young person and trying to, develop them into being a productive young adult, right? So now I'm looking at this because I'm in a relationship with this person. So I have to keep in mind that if they're raising and molding and developing their young person, if I'm their significant other, I have to contribute to that. That's my responsibility. Okay? That is not my biological child, but my responsibility, because I made the choice to take on being in a relationship with this man. I'm also making the choice to be a stepmom to his child. That's my choice and my decision. So now I look at, what does that entail, right? So case in point, right? I could be in my apartment when I was single and drink liquor and dance around and do what I want to do. I'm drunk and it's up. I could also do that with me and my man. I'm drunk and it's up. Me and my man in here, I'm twerking and old pennies on. It's litty. Yes, that's what I can do, right? But then there will be times where my stepson will come over. And at that time, no. It's not, I'm human and no, I want to have a good time. And why I can't dance around in my pennies? Sweetheart, you have a responsibility now. You took on a role. So now you have to step into that role. Okay, I'm a stepmom. So guess what? The drinks will only come out when the young man is sleeping, or they may never come out. You know what I'm saying? You would definitely not walk around inappropriately. You're dealing with your stepson. He's here. He's present. These are the things that I have to maneuver and shape and mold because I'm dealing with another responsibility. I can't turn around and say, well, girl, I had on my thong and I was teed up because I'm human. What am I supposed to do? Not wear my thong? No, that does not give you the right. You have not earned the right to take on a role and then not take on the responsibilities of it. And when you fall short of the responsibilities, keep telling people, oh, I'm human. So then don't take on the role. Come on. And with the bishop, bishop, you have to pick a side. You have to pick a side. I'm not against you. Again, I would not get on this public platform and speak bad about this man, because I promise you, if he grew up where I grew up at, he would be my friend. But that would be in a friendly, that we would be friends. We would be cool. That would be laughing. That would be joking. But as a pastor, as a man of the cloth, forget about, I'm not even really speaking to the pastor piece. I'm speaking to the leading piece, because you're guiding other people. You're taking a whole community on your back, saying, I'm willing to guide you. That means you're willing to guide me in the right direction. So you can't pick and choose when you want to go in the right direction, because you're leading other people. And if you can't see that, what is going on? You know, and I know I'm getting a little emotional, but I just feel like, you know, people don't understand the responsibility that they have. Come on, like case in point. I'll give you a better example. I'll give you what I just said about my stepson, right? Let's just say I have friends where they drive by my crib, and when they pussy drunk, they're like, bitch, let me in, I gotta pee. Motherfucking pussy out. Excuse my language. I gotta go to the bathroom, right? That's all fine and dandy when I'm single. Bitch, come on and pee. Girl, why you peed on my floor? This bitch is tore up. No. We laughing, we joking. That's when I'm single. Now I'm in a relationship with a man and his son is around. You think you're going to be able to be parked outside calling me, telling me, can you come use my bathroom and your panties is down and you already damn near naked? No, I have a different responsibility now. And I think this is the part that the bishop is really not getting or understanding. We're not saying that you cannot be human, brother. We're not saying that you cannot lose your cool. We're not saying that you cannot protect your family. We're not saying that you cannot do what you have to do that's best for you. But you have to keep in mind that you're not only leading you. You took on the responsibility of leading others. So you have to keep that in mind. And I feel like that keeps slipping every time that you make decisions. You know, I said, you know, hold on, take a sip. I wanted to go and visit the church. You know, I wanted to, but I refrained from it. But I still thought, like, I'm not going to count the brother out. He had a human moment. I mean, I don't agree with the human moment when he called the gentleman the F-bomb. But again, maybe in that moment he lost it, right? We are all human. I will respect that. The pastor did not take any accountability for that. He has not taken any accountability for any of the actions moving forward. Does that make him a bad guy? No, because he may genuinely feel like he did nothing wrong. And I think that is the problem. I don't think that the pastor is walking around saying, I know what I did and so what? I think the pastor really believes in his soul he did nothing wrong. And what the reason why he's feeling that way is because he's from Brownsville and these are Brownsville antics. Because if you understood the magnitude of the weight you was carrying by saying that you are taking on a flock, by saying that I am leading a people, I have a church. I'm trying to talk to these people and lead them on a spiritual journey that would take them to a higher power, then you would know that it's just certain things you just cannot do. You just cannot do. And I understand that you are human and you want to do. I understand that you are human and you feel you should, but you will also understand that you just cannot do. You just cannot do. Oh, sorry. You cannot do. And I think that the bishop, I do not think the bishop is a bad guy. I really don't. I just think he has not fully grasped the weight of the responsibility of what he took on. You know, and in my opinion, if he decided to say, you know what, let me step down for a few and let me get me right, and then I'll be back, I could respect that. I could respect that. You know what I would say, Bishop? You got that. You got that. You got that. You are 100% right. Because at this moment, you are not feeling that you are at your best to lead the pack, to lead the flock. So you taking a step back to say, let me work on me so I could be better for y'all because I chose to lead y'all. Instead, he's saying, no, this is how I'm going to do it, and y'all going to get in formation. This is what we going to do. You know? Another thing that he said, right? And this is what, hold on, you guys. Let me fix something. What is wrong with my thing right here? Sorry, you guys. Another thing that he said, right? And this is why I'm like, Bishop, I'm trying to have your back, my Brownsville brother. I'm trying to support you, but this is another thing that he did, right? That I'm like, you see, here we go again, right? He said that the young woman, okay, I'm sorry, I never went into what happened, right? apparently they said, and this is all allegedly because I didn't really watch everything like that because I don't got time. So allegedly he was in a church, doing his sermon and on it was on live and all these things, right? And some young ladies entered the church. So what the word on the curb is that these young ladies were on a live with some other bloggers that he's suing. So these are the same young ladies that came to his church. They were on the live, I don't know when, but maybe a week before, a day before, I don't know, with some other bloggers that he's suing, right? So they must have, in his opinion, they came to the church to stir up things because they know that he's suing those folks, right? That's in my opinion, according to Bishop Whitehead, that's the thoughts, right? So they came in. So when they came in, like I said, I didn't really pay all the attention to the video. Let me be honest with y'all. So I can't really say, but they came in. It was like, oh, what I heard was that the young lady was like yelling from the back, and then I hear her getting closer to Bishop Whitehead because you more so see the camera on Bishop Whitehead, the video that I saw. And he's basically saying like, oh, she's speaking, and he's like, come up if you want to preach, come up and preach, come up and preach. Now she's yelling. I didn't pay attention to what she's saying, but then Bishop Whitehead starts to speak in what they call tongues in the church. I've seen it before. I can't translate what it means. I don't really know because, again, I don't go to the church all the time. I probably go maybe 3 times a year. I'm not heavily religious, but I have seen folks speak in tongue and where it's like they're speaking a language you don't understand. And, it's like they're really feeling the spirit, right? So he's doing that. So at that moment, when I'm watching a video and a lady yelling from the back, there's just me initially watching it, not knowing, it's supposed to be some drama. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, I thought they were trying to show, like, how his church has really got people in the spirit. So I'm watching. So then I'm hearing him say, well, come to the front and you think you could preach. And I'm like, okay, it's a little weird, but okay, keep it going. So as she got to the front and he was speaking in tongues, and then I'm trying to remember. I can't remember how it went, but eventually he just ended up grabbing a young lady and like shoving her, right? So that's only one angle. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I only saw one angle, right? They said it's other cameras where you can see other angles. I haven't seen those. I've only seen that one angle where you see him kind of shove her, and then it's like he's shoving her off camera and they go off camera. So you don't see what happens after he shoves her, right? So it's supposed to be like, okay, he shoved her because this is what happened. According to him, she came because she's affiliated with the other bloggers that he's beefing with. And she came in there and she was trying to, disrupt his church. And he was like leading her up to the front so they could escort her out. Now, to my knowledge, I was thinking somebody was like behind her, leading her so they could escort her. I don't know. But anyway, and on her way out, according to Bishop Whitehead, she was charging his wife and his daughter. So that's what made him react and say, oh, no, and shove the lady on his arm, right? So one of the things that he said in his live the day it happened was, he was like, initially I reacted because this is not happening again. I already put this in my mind that what happened the last time with the gunman and the robbery, and I'm having a gun in my daughter's face, it's not happening again. So I was going to prevent that from happening again, right? And again, Bishop, my brother, I totally agree with you. I totally 100% agree with you, right? I don't think it should happen again either. But can I give you the caveat to that? If you know you felt that way after the robbery, why didn't you employ people to be in place so it does not happen again? Right? Because I know a lot of times people get on you about, oh, you wear your flashy clothes and you think you all of that and you have a lot of money. You tell them, but that money don't have to do with the church. But how about you take some of that money? And this is just a suggestion. Take some of that money and hire folks that when situations like that occur, you don't even have to leave off the pulpit. My people got it. So if they see my wife and my daughter is insulated to the 10th power, that if anybody get within 50 feet of them, the people that I hire is going to attack. So therefore, you never have to leave the pulpit. But you can't say in one breath, my brother, that, oh, I was making sure that wasn't going to happen again. That's why I attacked. but you also didn't put things in place to make sure that that didn't happen again. Oh my God. Bishop. But I think, let's go back to what I think is the issue. I think that had you had security or not, because I'm gonna play devil's advocate and say you do have people employed that would take care of that. I'm gonna say that. I think the Brownsville in you felt like I don't need nobody to take care of this for me. I got this, bitch. Straight up. Get the fuck out of here. That's what it looked like, Bishop. That's exactly what it looked like. That's exactly what it looked like. I'm not trying to be shady. I'm not trying to, again, I have nothing against you, brother. And really, to be honest, you would be my friend if we grew up in the same housing complex. I feel like, let's just say people wasn't placed and they was escorting her out. I think you felt like the Brownsville and me ain't gonna take this shit. So you know what, bitch? I'm gonna get you up out of here. Get the fuck out. And that's why you grabbed her the way you grabbed her. Bishop, that would be perfectly fine on the corner of New Lots and Mother Gaston, on the corner of Rockaway and Livonia, on the corner of Picking and freaking Bristol. That would be fine. That behavior would be okay. Because guess what? I'm in the trenches and I'm responsible for me. So whatever I do right here to protect me, that shouldn't aggravate or bother nobody else. But you're leading your flock. You're in charge of a congregation. You are leading a church. Bishop, no. No, Bishop. No, Bishop. No. No, Bishop. We got to put some better coping mechanisms in place, Bishop. Come on, we got to put some better conflict resolution skills in place, Bishop. Bishop, the way you grabbed that woman, I'm going to be honest with you, Bishop. I'm going to be very honest with you. It spoke more to your character than anything that that woman could have ever did. And the reason why I say that, right, is because I watched the live that you did after the fact where you were saying that, you know, my dad was killed when I was young. I was raised by my grandma. I was raised by my sisters. And I genuinely believe that. But the way that you handled that woman will make another woman feel like, well, how much respect do you have for women, a.k.a. your mom, your grandmom and your mom, if you could put your hands on a woman so easily in front of everybody? You understand what I'm saying? And am I saying that you're an abuser or womanizer? No, I would never say that. I don't know you personally. I'm also not going to say it because I don't know how much danger your child and your wife was in. And I'm going to be honest with you. I said that in another one of my videos. That's why I can't really knock you. That if my man don't come to my aid and my rescue, I'm going to have a problem with him. 100%. So I respect that aspect of it. But I also keep in mind, me having that expectation for my man is because I'm not leading or governing anybody else. It's just me and my man. So had I been a first lady of a church, I'd have had a different expectation of my man. Because guess what? We're setting an example for other folks. That's our responsibility. So, Bishop, you won't break my soul. Y'all take y'all drink. You won't break my soul. Bishop, I'm going to be honest with you. I could go into, I heard that the young ladies who was involved got you arrested and then you got them arrested. Like, I'm not going into that because when I do these lives, it's more so to talk about, you as a person healing and growing and moving forward. And if I want to beat down your spirit and get the facts and be a heckler and a YouTuber and, and a blogger and I'm not only here for that. You see the name of my page, Operation Heal 100 Hearts. It's because I want to make and I want to see people be better. And I feel like you have the potential to be better. But I also feel like you have to make a decision and a choice that I feel like you're not ready to make. And I feel like it would be best because you're not 100% ready to step back and get ready. So when you step up, you will be the best that you could be for yourself and your congregation. because a lot of these decisions that it sound like is being made is to benefit you. You're not only leading you. You have taken on a whole congregation, a whole church. So you have a very much more bigger responsibility. And you know what? I take the blame. Not the blame. I will take the conversation of you and bring it to myself. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things in these lives that I want to go up here and rant about. A lot of people, a lot of ways that I've been treated, a lot of things that have been said, a lot of lies that have been told, you know, a lot of things that people have done where I'm looking at them like the nerve of Minerva. How dare you? And I could use my platform to air people out and talk crazy and start drama. But you know what I realized a long time ago? I've been in this journey 8 years. To whom much is given, much is required. To whom much is given, much is required. God gave me the mindset, the capacity, and the, what can I call it? The gift of healing. So why would I go against that? And me going against that is me getting up here and telling y'all about my drama and telling y'all the gossip and telling y'all what they said. And nah. So whom much is given, much is required. So because God gave me the gift of healing, I am gifted with the opportunity from God to pass that on. So do I have troubles? 100% in every area of my life. And I could get up here and talk my ish to y'all. Y'all be like, girl, I didn't even know you would have never known you was going through that. Of course you would. Of course you would. Because guess what? Guess what? It was between me and God. And I did my healing and I did my repenting and I made my amends and I apologized to who I needed to apologize. And I took it all on my shoulders. And what I didn't need to take, I relinquished. And I made resolution with God. And then I passed that on. But what type of woman would I be to say I'm on a healing journey and encourage you to do everything but heal? That means that I got work to do. And I think with the bishop, because again, like I said, I like the bishop. I mean, I like him for my neighborhood and us growing up together here. But I do believe in my heart of hearts that he's not a bad person. He just needs to go back into the vault, step away from the cameras, step away from the pulpit, step away from everything and focus on God and do the work. And do the work. And I think that when the bishop resurfaces and he's very much in tune with God, a lot of these actions and behaviors and cameras and lights, they will all be stripped away. And all he could do is lead his congregation to where they're supposed to go, which is to their higher power and obey God. But I think right now he's in a space where everything matters but God. And I don't think it's intentionally. I don't think he's waking up every day saying, F God. No. I just think that so much is happening around him that he's forgetting to stay grounded with God. And he's paying attention to the distractions. I've been there. And it's very hard for me to relinquish that. That is why I'm not ready to lead the flock. You know, that is why I lead myself. And I try to show up and be an example for everybody else as much as I can. But I do not tell you, oh, I'm going to stand out on the pulpit. I'm not ready. I'm not ready because I'm still human. And every single day, the human in me comes out. Okay? So what I will say about the bishop is I'm not going into the arrest and all that. I'm not doing all that. What I will say is, bishop, take a step away from the lights. Take a step away from the cameras. Take a step away from the rappers. Take a step away from the mayor. Take a step away from all of those things and strip all the way down to you and God and let him heal your heart. Let him work through you so you could be a better man for your congregation. And I guarantee you, all of this negative energy coming towards your congregation will stop because God will relinquish that. He will remove that because he will see how serious you are about following his path. But right now, it's too much lights, it's too much cameras, it's too much social media, it's too many rappers, it's the mayor, it's too much stuff going on around you, brother. It's too much stuff going on around you. And I believe you could lead the flock. I do. But you just have to get solid and cemented in who you are and what your responsibilities are. That have nothing to do with the flesh, baby. Nothing to do with the flesh. Nothing. My girl Katima is on here speaking. Katima, am I right? It has nothing to do with the flesh. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's what I got up here to say. That's what I got up here to say. Do I dislike the bishop? No, I find the bishop very entertaining. That's my Brownsvillian brother. But if you asking me about him being in the church and leading the flock, then I do have some things that I want to holler at the bishop about. And I don't know if he'll ever see this. I don't know if he'll ever watch this. But I think that if folks do believe what I'm saying and understand where I'm coming from, then you can send it to him. I would do Hill and Heart sessions for the bishop. And it has nothing to do with his religion. See, that's the difference. It has nothing to do with his religion. Nothing to do with his religion. So if I did a Hill and Heart session for the bishop, it would have nothing to do with his religion. It would be all about him as a man, his spirituality. He could dictate how he wants to maneuver in his religion. But I'm always here, always going to tell. So y'all think that he could benefit from it, make sure y'all tag him. Tag him in Operation Hill 100 Hearts. I love doing the work. It brings me satisfaction because I know that, God is saying, keep working, Khadijah. Okay? Okay, so listen, I see y'all in the chat. I don't see the people in the chat adding up to the likes. So everybody go hit that thumbs up. Everybody right now, if you on this live, go hit the thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Because that means you're liking the video. So go hit the thumbs up so I can see the thumbs up. That means you like the video. Go like the video. Go like the video. What I always ask my subscribers to do is, now you subscribe, give me another subscriber. Copy and paste my page. I have all right, so let me talk to you guys. I want to talk to you guys about something, right? YouTube has where you can do playlists, right? I like having different playlists on my page because I realized, especially when I was in the pandemic, that what got me through was that I continue to be able to to listen to people's YouTube channel, and they had different playlists and different videos. They were doing more so shows, like TV shows. I'm not into that, but I'm adding more playlists to my page. So when you go to my page, you can find what works for you. Like case in point, some folks may not really love my unpopular opinion. My unpopular opinion is me raw and uncut. Some people may not want to hear that, but if you go to on my page, if you go to where it says playlist, you'll see Dear Deidre. You may want to hear my Dear Deidre videos. That may appeal to you more, right? So go look on my page and pay attention to the playlist and find what playlist suits you, right? And I always put a description in the description box of that playlist, so it lets you know what that playlist is about. So if you even want to watch those videos, that's in it. Right? So I have my unpopular opinion. I have Dear Deidre. I have my 100 Days of Healing. I'm about to start that up again. So ladies and gentlemen, on November 1st, my 100 Days of Healing is starting again. It's called the Soft Girl Season. So if you guys are interested, make sure you check out my last year's 100 Days of Healing, where I revealed a lot about myself. I was very vulnerable in that space, and it was a beautiful thing. I added one more playlist to my page, and I'm gonna add another one. The one more playlist I added within the last week is called Khadijah Please. So Khadijah Please playlist is like, those videos are like 1 minute, maybe 1 minute and 30 seconds, and it's just like weird, quirky things that I think in my mind. I'm like, girl, Khadijah Please. And it also is like a play of Carisha Please, so that's that. And then I'm also gonna add another playlist within the next week called I Got a Story to Tell, because my storytelling abilities are crazy, and I have so many things that happened in my life that y'all would be like, girl, what? So I'm gonna add, I got a story to tell playlist too. So I'm gonna be adding more playlists, because again, if you're one of my subscribers and you don't feel like maybe you don't like me seeing me with this raw content as my unpopular opinion, because also me talking about other people, you might not want to see that. You might be like, okay, girl, I like that, but that ain't my thing. I like you when you and Dear DJ and you answering the letters. Go to that playlist. You may like me and Khadijah Please. I have a motivational playlist where I just talk about, changing my life. I also have it when they see the new DJ Watch Your Dope Boys Go Crazy, where they have, my weight loss journey. I'm going to be documenting every single thing, because what did I tell y'all earlier? To whom much is given, much is required. To whom much is given, much is required. Remember I said that? Hashtag that for me. Anytime you post something about me, make sure you post that. And then also, if you tag me in anything, repost. And make sure you put the hashtag 0H100H because that's Operation Hill 100 Hearts. And you also put, to whom much is given, much is required. That is my tagline. So whom much is given, much is required. God has been good to me. And I don't mean the financial say I'm not a millionaire, but he has been so good to my spirit and my heart that I want to make sure I project that out to the world. I would never stop being a good person. I would never stop healing hearts. I would never stop believing that all my gifts and my talents is going to take me where I need to be, and I'm going to always be surrounded by folks that want to help me. So tonight was just about good old gossip because I ain't been here for a while. But like I said, make sure you like this video. After you like it, please feel free and getting me. That's your homework. Y'all, please do that for me. Katima, Nicki, Tiffany, anybody else on this live, my Pookie. Copy and paste this or whatever video you feel with fit the other person and send it to folks who you think will benefit. Give me a subscriber. Give me a subscriber. Right now, I have, let's see, I'm going to tell you guys, because I want y'all to get me some new subscribers. I have 380 subscribers. I'm trying to get 400 before the month is over. So tell a friend and tell a friend. Also, let me plug some of my friends. I have my girl on here, Nicki. We are technically, I'm 40. We might be 40 years into friendship. Her YouTube channel is DJ Brownsville. You see her in the chat. Subscribe to her channel. Subscribe to her channel. Subscribe to her channel. All the good music. Make sure y'all check in with that. I love you, my friend. If anybody else has Katima, inbox me your number on Facebook and I will copy and paste it to you, and you could just hold it on your phone and you could hold it down on your phone, copy and paste it. So inbox me and I'll send it to you. Okay, Nakia, please make sure you guys subscribe to DJ Brownsville. That's my girl. That's my friend. Again, we are, if not 40 enough. You know what I'm saying? But she definitely has a YouTube channel. We want to make sure we get everybody at the content. I'm going to come back with my unpopular opinion because there's things that I didn't address, but I didn't want to keep you guys on. But I had some shit on my motherfucking heart I had to say. And I'm happy you guys tuned in. I love y'all. And more content is coming. School, everything is just happening so fast, and God is so good. So I thank you. I love y'all. I know I kept y'all longer than intended. Good night. I see you guys on the next video.